Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Mohamad Afiq bin Nain and I will talk about history of gasing in Malaysia. In the days of the Melaka Sultans, gasing were played by the country in various places in Tanah Melayu. The form of the gasing also is cited according to their respective district and state. Gasing game was believed to drive away ghosts and horsemen, which is enemies of corpse, and was played at the age of a paddy field. In the past, children would play gasing using coconuts, boots, or peter nuts. Finally, the idea arose to crave wood in the shape of an laga telur and attach an axis to the gasing, and a rope was used to turn the gasing to keep rotating.
Now, let's talk about the type of gasing. This is just a few types of gasing, which is gasing jantung, gasing pangkal Johor, gasing leper, gasing Pinang from Negeri Sembilan, gasing Brunei, and the last but not least is gasing Uri. The manufacturing material of gasing is a timber. There are various of timber such as meranti, cengal, kempas, ru, belian, and the last one is a mangrove. This is the part of gasing. The top of the gasing is known as a head. Next is the shoulder. The shoulder is the part that is often injured because it was a target of the cross. Under it, it was a body. The last one is the axis. Axis is the most important part at the bottom of the gasing. This axis is made of the hardened steel.
Assalamualaikum, Mr. Hasrul. May I asking some question about traditional gasing? First question, Mr. When was the association formed?
Our gasing association has been established since 2014, which is already 7 years old. I, as a secretary for this association, have also had my own personal experience related to this gasing game for 20 years.
Sir, where is the origin of this gasing?
According to the story of the ancient, this gasing game was played by the courtier at the Sultan Place in the Malacca Sultan, and the other states in Tanah Melayu also have the traditional gasing is different. At present, this game is known as gasing Pangkah Malaysia.
Alright, Mr. The third question is when this gasing game was played usually.
This traditional gasing game is usually played in a competition event against gasing player.
What is the material of this traditional gasing?
The material for the process of making gasing is to use wood and has certain type of wood such as meranti, cengal, kempas, ru, bakau, and belian. However, there are also gasing made of plastic.
Next question is, did traditional gasing are still suitable to be played by nowadays?
In my own opinion, this traditional gasing game is still relevant because there are still good young people who want to learn about this traditional gasing game.
How many types of traditional gasing that's been introduced to Malaysia that you know of, Mr. Hasrul?
For the types of traditional gasing, there are various types and shapes of gasing themselves according to the respective states in Malaysia.
Alright, Mr. Hasrul. Last but not least, the question is, what is the problem or issue that had to face when the youngest get know this game?
In my opinion, the problem is that a gasing association itself lacks support from the government, such as lack of funds. This is because a gasing association is not a government organization. The issue is not all young people have the interest to play this traditional gasing game because of the increasingly modern situation. However, there are still a handful of young people who show interest in playing this traditional gasing game.
Okay, this is the last question from us. May we know some of your effort or way in not making traditional gasing extinct for the future generation?
My opinion that this traditional gasing game is maintained to regularly or always play this game because it may be able to attract young people to play this gasing game.
Okay, thank you for cooperating with us in this interview. Thank you very much.
Nowadays, traditional games are increasingly forgotten and rarely played by children and also the younger. Various challenges are present in maintaining traditional games nowadays. Among them are the time, place, and the traditional games itself. Now, we are in the current of modernity and the atmosphere is very different from the decade ago. Now, the information technology revolution has opened up a lot of space to be explored. A variety of new games also popping up this day. They are more exposed to computer-based and digital games. Most kids now have their own gadget and this makes it even easier for them to access them on their own. Next, the lack of skill of manpower in presenting and improving traditional gasing games. Therefore, a younger generation, especially children, are less exposed to traditional gasing games. These children today are increasingly unfamiliar with traditional games because the atmosphere of the world today is different from the day of our grandparents. Apart from that, the association also like fun to make various activities involving this traditional gasing to introduce to the community today.
If there is a problem, there must be a way to solve it. One of the suggested way is a fund by government to NGO. The fund can be used to promote this traditional game. By promoting the traditional gasing to the new generation, this game will not be forgotten in the future. Activities like competition can make this game more known to public. Title can be given to the winner and in my opinion, it will give the impression that this traditional game is important. This can also make not just people in Malaysia know this traditional game, but other countries as well. We can even introduce our culture to other countries through gasing if this traditional game got known globally. Another suggestion is introducing this game in school. School can introduce this game through co-curriculum and make one day in a month playing all kind of traditional game, and of course, gasing should be included in that day. There is a Malaysian proverb saying that melentur buluh biarlah dari rebungnya. This proverb have the same meaning as English idioms, which is strike the iron while it hots. What I'm trying to say here is if we enforce this game to the youth, this game will be part of their memory and that way gasing will not be forgotten in the future.
Masukkan dulu. Okey, pusingkan. Okey, kita lilit.
Oh, okey, lilit.
Lilit dulu kat lengan. Sebab kita tangan kanan kan? Okey. Jadi 2 kali, lepas tu kita tarik. Jadi dia kuat.
Dia punya apa pendek.
Pegang ni betulnya tak kira. Dia tak kira style macam mana kita pegang. Sampai sana dia akan jatuh, dia landing.
Okey.
Ya. Lepas tu baru kita tarik. Jangan tak tarik. Kalau tak tarik dia akan terlucut. Mana okey.
Tarik dia dulu.
Slow je.